Hey guys, my name is Anthony Murray. I'm going to be discussing the Women's Super League TV rights deal that's been taken up by the BBC and Sky Sports over the next 3 seasons, starting from season 21-22. The nature of the deal is, for me, is fantastic. Finally, women's football is now going to be shown on terrestrial TV and obviously satellite. The BBC and Sky Sports are two platforms where they've got a massive following across the globe. So it just means that the English Women's Super League is going to be shown across the world and has more visibility to football fans and to, even inspire a new generation of football players or young players getting into the game, which is amazing. This is what has been wanted for a long time. It's been unfortunate that women's football, for a period of time of 50 years, women weren't allowed to play football. And for me, as a coach in the women's game, I look at that and I think, why did something like that have to happen? But we're now in a great position where, we've got a nice deal on the table, which is, it works out to about 7 to 8 million per season. So it works out to around sort of 21 to 24 million overall over the 3 seasons with the BBC and Sky Sports. I feel like BT Sports have done a great job with the previous deal that they had in terms of getting the women's game out there, which is fantastic. This is what we wanted. But now I feel like BBC and Sky Sports are going to give it the sweetness that it deserves. This is amazing, and this is something I'm excited about it. I can't wait. So, in terms of, again, the value of the deal, it's amazing for women's football, but at the same time, it's a mere drop in the ocean compared to what the men's game receives. I feel like this will be the starting point in terms of what it will receive after the 3 years have gone. I feel like bigger deals will start to come on the table. And then it just means that more money will get pumped into the Women's Super League and hopefully the Women's Championship and the National League. These are the leagues in the women's game which are massive for providing talent to the Women's Super League, and we need to sustain those teams. There needs to be finances for them via the FA, also some sort of fund to allow these teams to become more sustainable and to continue to produce the talent that they do. And to also allow these teams in the Championship and as well as National League to become professional. The amount of games that's going to be shown, so you've got the BBC, which is looking to show a minimum of 18 games, but they could show up to about 22. Sky will be showing about 35 games, a minimum of 35, and can show up to about 44 games. With the BBC, some of the games will be shown via the red button, but a lot of the games will be also shown via the BBC main screen. Remaining games within the Women's Super League will be shown on the FA Player. The FA Player has been a great tool to use. It's not Sky Sports, it's not the BBC, but it's been great in terms of starting the foundation of showing women's football, showing games, showing live games across from the Women's Super League to the Championship, giving it that exposure that it needs. In terms of that, the money going to these clubs, the money what's going to be going into the clubs, I feel that is going to be used for the professional teams. So obviously, but one, produce more, British talent to come through the ranks, but at the same time, it could also be used to get foreign export players from Holland, from Spain, from France, to also join the Women's Super League. This type of financial power will have effects, meaning that it will start to separate the class and the quality between the Women's Super League and the Championship. That sort of financial power cannot be ignored when that type of money is involved. It's as simple as that. This is where we need to see money being pumped into the Women's Championship as well as the National League, because these are two leagues that provide which provide talent to then go play Women's Super League. So money needs to be pumped into those clubs to make it more, to make the women's game more sustainable. Yeah. Again, with a lot of the financial power, this will get pumped into getting better coaches in, providing coaches with coaching badges, again, pumped into academies, facilities. This deal just starts to take the Women's Super League to that next level. The timing of games is a questionable one, because now you're seeing times like Friday night at 6:30 kickoffs. You're seeing Saturday morning at 11:30 a.m. kickoffs. You got Sunday afternoon 12:30 kickoff, and then you got Sunday 6:30 in the evening kickoffs. I do feel that a couple of the times on there is a bit questionable, especially because at the moment we're in a, lockdown's starting to become eased. Some of the restrictions are becoming eased off. Fantastic. But when society starts to go back to some sort of normality, everyone's starting to work again, shops are open and stuff like this, a Friday night football kickoff at 6:30 it's probably not feasible for a lot of people, especially because they'll be at work. A Saturday morning at 11:30 in the morning, that's probably not feasible again. I've got a son, and what if I'm taking him football in the Saturday morning? I'm taking him football to play in his own game. Me getting to a game at 11:30, that's not going to work. At the best of times, transport is not even the best on the weekends. So getting to a game at 11:30 in the morning is not going to be great. Imagine you've got Tottenham playing Manchester United. How am I getting to 11:30 kickoff? It don't make sense. So I feel like certain games like that is going to deteriorate fans. Fans are not going to want to come to the game because it's going to be too far for them to get to, or transport's not working and things like that. So I think some of the times need to be questioned, but at the same time, on the other side, on the flip of the coin, again, women's football is being shown. It's getting the visibility it needs. So I guess if some of the fans are not attending games, it's a difficult one, because if they're not attending games, it means that the club doesn't get gate receipts. But at the same time, there's the option for them to obviously, for fans to watch it via BBC, Sky, FA Player, and things like that. So I do feel that that's where there's a bit of a double-ended sword come to that side of things in terms of the timings. It's a bit of a strange one. But the amazing thing which the men's games, the men's side of things get, is obviously like in-play clips, highlights, analysis and all that sort of stuff, and data during the games. And there's so many times like I'm watching, I can't watch a game, so I'd like to go and find out the stats of what's going on in that game, and I can't because it's not provided in the women's game a lot of the time. You might get a little stat saying, oh, okay, Fran Kirby's scored for Chelsea. Amazing. But I want to know a bit more than that. I want to know how many, what's going on. Is one team holding more possession than the other team? Is, how many chances has this team got? Like, what's the goal expected ratio? Like, there's so many things I want to find out, but I can't because, Sky, whether it be Sky or the FA Player or BBC or any of these tools that I'm looking to find out about the games, they don't show it. So it's amazing that this is what it's going to bring to the game. I feel like this deal is going to inspire a new generation of footballers coming through the game, especially in the women's game. It's going to be amazing. There's going to be a lot of young ladies who can now watch the game, which is amazing. For me as a coach, it's annoying because there was a time where in sessions I would always have to bring up, male players. And there's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, as a role model and example, you want to be able to use also female players to say, look in the female game and mentioning XYZ player. So I feel like this is going to change the scope in terms of football. You know, the deal is young at the minute. Apparently, there was a fourth year on the table, but the FA rejected because they knew that women's football, or they know or suspect that women's football, come towards the end of the deal, the fourth year is going to be more valuable than what they put down on the table now. So, you know, for me, this is an amazing deal. I look forward to all taking place. There's nothing but excitement in the women's game to see how far, you know, the women's game can now progress, now being given the financial power to push forward in terms of the game. And I see nothing but it going from strength to strength.